profit, because at the end of the day, it's about the bottom line, no matter what you say.
I'm not going to say it's not the right time to buy a house if you know what you're doing. Sometimes it's okay to, revisit the arrangements because things change.
But the advice I would give is just be fluid, be flexible.
Be flexible.
Don't be rigid about it, because business changes. I mean, right now, look at the market.
So you need that job to be able to pay the bills.
Yeah.
And so, like I said,
this is how we do it.
This is how we do it. This is how we do it. Yes. What's the name of the job? What's the title? Just Over Broke. Yo, it's your boy, LJ Chaplin, with Lady Caesar, bringing to you Chilling with the Chaplins, where we deep dive, giving you practical concepts in ministry, business, relationship, and personal development, so we can take control of our life. Let's go, and let's get it started. Welcome to Chilling with the Chaplins. It's your boy LJ with the one and only, my lovely wife, Lady Caesar. She is in the building. Yes, you know we're about that vibe each and every week. You know what I'm saying? You know what you got us, So this week, we want to talk about the pros and cons of partnership.
In business.
And business, yes.
Because there's many partnerships.
Many partnerships,
even
yes.
Marriage is a partnership.
Yes.
We're talking business right now.
Yes. And so, we talk about ownership and partnership versus partnership last time. And so one of the cons wanted us to go further into partnerships and explain and give you the pros and cons of each partnership. And today we want to give you the pros and cons of partnership. Because when you go into partnerships, one thing is very important to know why you are doing a partnership. What's the purpose behind a partnership? So that, because a lot of times, when you understand the purpose, maybe you want to gain some experience. Maybe you want to learn. And so when you understand that, when you go into a partnership agreement and you're going in a partnership to gain some experience and where you're not making no money, when the partnership begins to blow up or begins to make money, you won't look at it another way, because maybe you ain't going to the partnership to make extra money. You're going to that partnership to gain some experience. And so when the things begin to grow and start making money, you want to oh no, you know what, now you're making more money and now you're doing this. But you got to remember why you started a partnership. It's like you win some, you lose some. You're going in with the purpose of, I'm going in to learn, or I'm going into to gain some experience. And sometimes in partnerships, the reason why you see breakups, because sometimes they lose sight of the purpose. They lose sight of why they started the partnership. Especially like we talk about when money start getting involved, we start seeing the money. And we start saying, oh man, I want part of that money. But that wasn't your purpose, the reason why you started that partnership.
Right.
You went in to learn.
So let's just jump into the pros and cons and just go through a couple of points.
Yes.
On partnership. So one would be sharing the workload. So the beautiful part in a partnership is that you're never alone.
You're never alone. Yes.
There's 2, 3, or how many ever people that have interest in the business. So therefore, they will make sure that the business does bring in, profit, because at the end of the day, it's about the bottom line.
Yes.
No matter what you say, you can learn the skills and whatever, but the bottom line, we want to make money.
Yes.
Okay. So that's the beautiful part, is that at least you're not it's not a one-man show.
Yes.
Where you're carrying all the load on yourself. You have other people or another person who's carrying the load with you, be it financial load, be it the daily running of the business,
yes,
whatever the case is. But
yes, and like you said, even like you did to make money, like because all partnerships is not 50-50.
Right.
Some partnership maybe you're going to gain some experience, but maybe you get like a 15% profit. 15% is better than 0.
Right.
You know, and so you gotta go into that. If you're going there for the experience and like so you're getting 15% profit, 50% is a good profit when you're making millions. You know,
any profit is a good profit because
you're still making money.
There's a compounded interest in that. It's not like your money stashed somewhere. You're earning something from that money, so which is a great thing.
It's a great thing, and like I said, when you one of the pros, you're sharing the workload that way. You know, you're not doing it all by yourself.
Right.
You know, the Bible is a great example. The Bible says 2 is better than 1, so that when one is down, when one need help, you know, you got the other person that to come and lift them up, and that's what a partnership is supposed to do. It's supposed to be able to lighten the load for the party, for the individual, lighten the load so that you don't have to. All the burden is not on you.
Right.
So you know, yes.
So what could be the downfall to that? What could be the con to that? Sharing disagreements between the two, because of course you're not going to see eye to eye
yes.
in everything.
Yes.
And I think that's one of the good things about partnerships is that the other person is able to see the blind spots that the other partner cannot see.
Yes. So you're going to encounter disagreements, and it's normal. It's normal to encounter disagreements because it's 2 different individuals that have 2 different personalities, different things. So it's normal to have disagreements.
And I think you don't want to be in partnership with somebody who's a yes ma'am,
yes,
or yes sir, because then there's no growth in that. You know, the other person is not coming up with a perspective kind of thing.
Yes.
You know, they're always agreeing with what you're saying.
Yes.
It's always good to have somebody who says, "Hold on, how about we do it this way?
Yes.
I was thinking this." And I think this goes in marriage as well.
Yes.
You know, when you're married to somebody who's yes to everything, that marriage will never grow.
Yes, I
It's
agree.
always good to be able to have great communication skills and just listen to each other. Not always think that you're always right.
Yes, and I totally agree. And one thing too, because you know, you like you said, 2 people come together, or 3 or 4, whatever, whoever in the partnership. You know, I will always say this to help you with the alleviate confusion or disagreements. I think everyone that's in a partnership, everyone should do the disassessment. Everyone, so that you know,
Understand each other.
you understand each other's personalities, you understand each other's strengths, you understand each other's weaknesses, and you know how to, the disassessor teach you how to deal with, how to handle and talk to and speak to different personalities.
And I think every marriage
should do the dis.
Person should do the disc.
They should do the disc.
And what do they say? I forgot the word, but we LJ offers a disc assessment.
Yes.
So if you want to hear more information, just inbox us and we'll give you more information on that. Trust and believe you will not regret it.
You will not regret it, because especially when you want to go into partnership, you should not go into partnership without, recommending to your partner that, you know what, I took the disc, you should take a disc as well, so that we're to know each other, and so that we're to know. Because if I'm a D, and that person is a S or I, you need to know, okay, I'm more aggressive, I'm going to take action, things like that. But I is do things calculated. They got to see the numbers before they take actions. And so if you don't know that about an individual, sometimes you get frustrated, especially if you're a D, because you want to go, and the C gonna take their time. And so that's why it's very important.
And we know in this household what happens, but what happens in this household stays in this household. I will not tell you what happens.
Yes.
But anyways, let's move on to the second point: developing ideas and experiences. I think that's a beautiful benefit of partnership, where both parties or the parties involved come in with their different ideas and their experiences. You find some people, when they're selling their company's idea, they will say with a combined experience of 50 years, which is beautiful, really, because that's the honest truth. It is a combined experience. You're coming in with your 30, I'm coming in with my 10, my 20, and then we both going to use both those experiences in making this project better or this business better. So yeah, it's a great one.
Yes, and I agree. A good example too I'm going to use right here, development ideas and experiences, as well as with the with the economic disagreements. Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs, when he developed, the iPhones and the different platforms, before he took it to Apple, he took it to another company first. They didn't see his vision.
Well, actually, that's the company he was working
for. Yes, he took it to the company he was working for. Look at this. It was his idea.
Yeah.
He could have easily started on his own.
Oh yeah.
And be the whole but he was like, you know what? I want to come with my ideas and share the workload so that it helps with everything with the cause and research.
And they turned it down.
And the company he went to first turned it down, and then he took it to Apple. And Apple seen it was a great idea, and then they became into partnership. He could have, that was his idea.
So he doesn't own Apple?
No.
Oh.
No, he came to Apple. He started working for the company. He started working for the company and with his idea. So he could have got upset because Apple, look what it is today. And so if he was like that type of person, and because his purpose, we don't know what, but the reason why he sent it, he had a purpose. He didn't look at it because, if Apple make a certain amount of money and this and that. No, he looked at it because he wanted help to bring his idea to life. And so when you had to, like I said, when you able to share ideas, when you're able to share experiences, your idea could come alive a lot faster than just one person. Like I said before, two is better than one. Your idea could come alive a lot faster than if you just doing it yourself.
But then the con part of that, the disadvantage of that, is then coming to agreement.
And making joint decisions.
Right, because two minds are hard to to agree on something.
Yes.
One.
Yes.
When you're alone, you're like, okay, this is what I'm deciding, I'm going with it. But when there's more than one person involved, now you have to convince the other parties or sell them the idea or the proposal to say, hey, how about you do this? Some people will say no.
Yes.
And, some people will vote yes. But sometimes it takes time, patience, and it takes convincing to get the parties on board.
Yes, because even like with Steve Jobs, like I said, he went to one. You never know how many. The first company, you never know how many times.
I think a great example would be the McDonald brothers.
Yeah, the McDonald brothers is another one. Because you never know how many times they had to present that offer
and even
to
KFC. McConnell. Finally, in his 60s, somebody said, "Okay, let's give it a shot."
Okay. Yes.
I mean, this man had been trying this for years. But finally in his 60s, he managed. The McDonald brothers as well, they sold their ideas to so many people and they were just being turned down. And finally, they got a breakthrough. So yeah, you're right. I mean, it's great, but it's also not so great.
Yeah. So definitely, you want to do it, and that's why you got to go in with a purpose. What's your purpose? When you go into partner, what's your purpose? Why are you doing it? Because Steve Jobs could have gave up. He could have said, you know what? I'm not going to give my ideas to somebody else. It's just like when you're working for a company, giving your all. You're going to give it your efforts, your ideas, your skills, everything to that company. Even though that company going to make millions off of your skill set. Look at Amazon. Look at Amazon today. Jeff Bezos don't do nothing. His executives, his employees, they come up with different ideas. They come up with their expertise to make Amazon better. And so Amazon started out with just a book, which was Jeff Bezos
in his garage.
With just Jeff Bezos' idea, but now they're more than a book online store. So
they the Amazon for real.
Yeah, and so guess what? That Jeff Bezos will come with all these ideas. It was his employees.
I don't think
it was his workers. It was everyone coming together with the expertise, with the employees, coming together, and that's the thing. Coming together, not thinking about, what's in it for me. They coming in, working together so that they can fulfill the goals. And another thing too, when you go into partnerships, sometimes you need to know if it's going to be a 10-year partnership, a 5-year partnership, until you learn your certain things. But whatever you're going to do, you got to
go in with a plan.
Go in with a plan. Like, okay, I'm going to do this for 5 years. Even like when you're working for a job, I'm going to give my all for 5 years. And then once the 5 years up, I learn as much as I can. I learn everything that I needed for that time period. And then I'm going to go do out and start my own. So, and that's what, like, even with, like, Steve Jobs, I know he had a plan. And he went in, just to get his idea out there so that he can be able to use.
So in a nutshell, to the regular person, because we can't just keep referring back to these millions or billionaires, actually. Just for the regular person, have a plan going into business.
Have a plan going into business.
5, 10 year, 15 year, 20 year plan. I mean, just have something down so that you're not going in blindly. You're going in with your eyes open and your ears open, and you know what the outcome is and what you want to see in the next year, in the next 2 years, in the next 5 years. I'll reference this as well. I'm doing, trading. I'm learning how to trade, and my tutor is encouraging me to work on a plan for 2023. So this coming weekend, we will be working on a plan on how we want to, see the month unfold each and every month next year up until the 12-month period, because we have a target that we want to reach by December this time next year. So I'm going in with my eyes open as well, thinking, okay, I know that trading is a risky business. It's a risky trade. That's why it's called trading. But with the expertise that I'm learning and going into it, with somebody who has the experience, they will know when to apply risk management as well going forward. So it's just trading, right? But I'm also going in with a plan because I'm working with somebody along the way.
Someone that can hold you accountable.
Not necessarily somebody who can actually help me because I'm still a newbie.
Yes, but also they're gonna hold you accountable to be able to make the right trade, to make the right decisions. Yeah. So that's like your coach, your mentor, whatever. That's showing you the way and holding you accountable along your journey so that you could be the best trader.
I'm so looking forward to that day.
Yes, anyway. And it will happen. It will happen. But you have a purpose, and you gotta stick to the purpose and go in, knowing that. Regardless of what happened, this is the purpose. This is why I'm doing it, so that when things, maybe whatever happens, you won't get off track. And the problem with partnerships, a lot of times, sometimes, we get off track with our purpose, and because we get jealous of what's going on. Maybe we start seeing, they're making more money and they're doing this, and we get off track. Like, go back to why you started the partnership. Go back to basics. Why you started the partnership, and you'll see, and you would end the jealousy.
But then, I mean, it's easier said than done.
I agree. It is.
As you grow in the business, things change as well. And
yes.
The initial plan is not what it is anymore. So the advice I would give is just be fluid. Be flexible.
Be flexible.
Don't be rigid about it, because business changes. I mean, right now, look at the market. The market is a mess.
Yes.
And I can't expect yesterday we were even talking about house purchasing. This is really not the right time to purchase the house because the housing market is down. So it's things like that you look at and just be willing to be flexible. And,
yes. I'm not gonna say it's not the right time to buy a house if you know what you're doing. It's just like trading.
For a regular person.
Yeah, it's just like trading. I heard her saying, bulls make money, bears make money, but pigs get slaughtered. If you don't know what you're doing, yes, it's the wrong time to buy a house. But if you know what you're doing and you know what kind of house to buy and all that kind of stuff, you it's the right time to buy a house. Yeah. But you gotta.
Well, that's for property developers and people who
flippers.
Yeah, but for just a regular lay person going to a real estate agent, it's not necessarily the best time. The market will pick up. But now, okay, we're not talking about property because I know he's waiting to.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, because
so let's move on to partnership. Another
Splitting the
pro is
cost.
splitting the cost,
Splitting the
right?
cost.
That's the beautiful part, that you don't have to come up with the whole capital.
Yes, the whole
Because
capital.
sometimes that's what holds people back from actually pursuing
Yes,
a
it's
business
money.
or whatever. Is the money, you
It's the
know,
money.
or even the resources, not
Yes.
necessarily monetary, but like maybe, for example, you're in contracting, you'll need machine and workforce and all that. Somebody says, "I'll come up with the machinery."
Working
workforce.
capital, basically.
Well, I mean, like I
Yeah.
said, monetary and resources could
Yes.
be different. Somebody would say, okay, I'll come up with the money to pay these people, but because you've got the machine and the workforces, let's
come
do it.
together. Yeah, let's join together.
So you're
yes.
coming in with certain things, I'm coming with certain things, and that helps.
That helps.
Instead
yes.
of everything being
Be on you.
On you.
And so you split it, and that's the one thing about partnership. You split it, and like I said, it's okay to split up and to split the costs. It's okay. You know, if it's gonna help you to achieve the goal, to achieve the dreams, like I said, like Steve Jobs, he was his dream. He wanted to put out the product. It was his goal, and so he used Apple to help him to achieve the dream. It's okay, but like I said,
use certain companies, people, meant to be your stepping stone.
To be your stepping stone, yes.
Sometimes that's
okay.
how you're gonna have to do it. Like how we've used YouTube. YouTube is a platform.
Yes.
How we've used the podcast channels.
Yes.
To be a platform for us. So use these things that come your way. How we even leveraged on Facebook.
Yes.
That's where we advertise mostly.
We advertise on Facebook.
So things like that.
And it helps. Like I said, even like with Facebook, you're able to advertise for free. So you're splitting the cost with Facebook to complete one goal.
Yeah.
One goal is to bring awareness, one to your product, to your business or whatever. So you splitting the cost with Facebook because they had the platform and you're using it. You helping them to use it because they want more users on their platform.
Absolutely.
To advertise to more people. So you learning how to split the cost, and that's the one benefit, so that you don't have to do everything on your own.
Yeah.
So splitting
and the downfall to that will definitely be
sharing the profits.
Right.
Sharing the profit. Yes.
Knowing that okay, I got this much in, but I have to give so and so this much and so that much to cover their cost as well, or to pay them back.
Yeah.
Whereas when you're on your own, everything comes to you.
Yes, everything comes to you.
So, but if you've combined resources, the most likely chances that you've put in less than what you could have.
Yes.
So even the profits are okay because it's you're getting something out
exactly.
of your investment.
Yeah. Yes. So like I said, like we talked about earlier, 15% is better than 0%.
Absolutely.
It might not be 100%, but it's profit.
Right.
Profit is always good, and so it's a con, but I think it could be a benefit. It could be a benefit as well because you're not getting 100%, but you are getting a profit.
Right.
And so a lot of times when you go in, like we always gonna go back to purpose. When you go in, to the purpose. If you go in with 5%, you're like, okay, you know what? I fulfilled the purpose though.
Yeah.
And that's the main thing, is fulfilling the purpose. And when you fulfill the purpose of that partnership, then that's a benefit. That's a plus all the way.
Right.
That's a benefit all the way.
Another one will be completing less paperwork.
Less paperwork.
In that sense, I think the pro of that is, you've got other partners who will do their parts. Not everything is on your plate.
Yes.
So even because businesses have a lot of paperwork. So if you can have somebody who can do that or part of that, that takes a load off.
Yes.
Yeah.
It takes a load off.
Yeah.
So it's completing less paperwork. Like my wife said, it helps that with paperwork because you do fill out a lot of paperwork, and so when you form a partnership, is not that much paperwork. It's not that much paperwork. And so a con to that is, completing taxes individually. So, when you're having a ownership, you got a corporation. But when you form a partnership, you filing taxes individually. So that's
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's a con. That could be a con because it's not a.
So you
not
can't
a
file combined.
No, it's you file your own individual taxes. So when you file your taxes individually, so that's a con. So it's less paperwork because it's your individual taxes. With a organization, it's with
so
a
individual company taxes.
Yeah, individual company taxes or individually 1099.
Personal.
Yeah, personal 1099. Yeah.
Okay. So I mean it's a con, but I would take it as a pro. Something positive because you're doing less.
Yeah, I'm doing less, and that's why I say less. Completing less paperwork.
Yeah.
Because you're doing less, but you found it individually instead of the corporation.
Right.
But the beautiful thing around that, even with the partnership, you can't form a corporation and just have whatever percentage inside the corporation. So let's say if you're doing 50-50 partnership, you can form a corporation, a LLC, you can form a limited liability company, right? And each party get 50% of the corporation or the company, or 40-60 or whatever you in your agreement. When you form that LLC, and then that way, and then each party, when it's time to fill taxes, you get a Schedule K for that company. So yeah.
Yeah, and then lastly, I think we're looking at pursuing more business opportunities. So it helps you in doing that because you won't focus on one thing. I look at Oprah Winfrey, for example. She has multiple businesses because she's not in these businesses by herself. So she's able to get it started with whoever that she came on board with, and get people to run it and move on to the next and to the next and to the next, and that's how you become a billionaire.
Yeah, that's and that's the goal. That's you want to pursue other opportunities. So even when you own a business or whatever, you want to get it started, get it running, and then delegate. Once you master a certain task, a certain job, you want to dedicate it to somebody else so that you can focus on something else. You dedicate. So because if you got to do everything, you can't. All your attention, all your focus is in that business. So, and that's the thing about partnership. When you got partnership doing work in their own expertise, now you can do your expertise and then you can move on to do something else. And so that's the good thing about partnership. You can pursue other opportunities, even like with Warren Buffett as well. Warren Buffett, he's looked for different acquisitions. He do his homework, do his research for different acquisitions. He buy the business. Once he buy the business, he have the company in place. He had the people in place, and then once they're in place, they know what they're doing.
I think it's the same thing that is done by Shark Tanks.
Shark Tanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
The sharks. The sharks. They
in their own respective businesses, but they're out there looking for more.
They're looking for more businesses
with your ideas.
With your ideas,
making money through your ideas.
Where you doing the work, like I said,
and you're just bringing them on as partners.
Yeah, and what they doing, they're giving you the money to expand your business, but you doing all the work.
And well, the visibility because they.
That too.
They well known, and also the experiences that they come with. So this it actually kind of sums up everything that we've spoken about.
Yeah.
Just thinking about the Shark Tank.
Sharks. These sharks.
How they do it.
Yeah, how they do it because and like I said, and even like with the sharks, like with these sharks, right? They look for opportunities to get in a business that's profitable.
Yeah, of course.
So that they can make money. They can make money
money.
and you can make money. And sometimes, like I said, no sharks, sometimes they be wanting 50%.
No, more.
More.
70 sometimes.
70% of your business. But you gotta, that's the thing, you gotta know the purpose.
Don't go in, with desperation.
With desperation.
They see the desperation in your eyes.
Yeah. They see the desperation in your eyes. So
at the end of the day, they're business people. For them, it's about the money.
It's about the money. It's about the bottom line. It's about the bottom line. So if you're willing to give them, but you got to know if what you're willing to give up as well when you're in partnership. Like you said, what the thing is about to you as well.
Yeah.
Again, go back to purpose. What is about to you? Are you when you go into partnership? would you be happy to give away 70% of the business? Would you be happy for 30% of the business? Would you be happy of things? Because like I said, at the end of the day, if you make a profit, even if like I said, if you ain't making no money right now and you start making 15% profit and you had to give up 85%, it's 15% profit to do other things.
Right.
To do other things. Now, if it's your baby, it's something that you like, okay, I want to leave on or pass down to my children, then that's something to think about. Like, I'm not going to give up that much because this is something I do want to pass it down to my children. So maybe you want to keep majority of the partnership or, whatever. So, but when you enter a partnership, the beautiful thing about partnership, you're able to pursue more business opportunities.
Right.
More business opportunities and never hurt. And so the one of the cons of pursuing more business opportunity or partnership is creating informal arrangements. You want to create informal arrangements. And this is the thing, because it's two individuals. And we were talking about earlier about agreements and arrangements. When you go into partnerships, right? And we were talking about how business change. Sometimes it's okay to, revisit the arrangements because things change. Business change, the costs change, So you want everyone to put their fair share, so they can reap the benefit of it. Right. So maybe you might be putting 5% in it right now, or you might be doing one thing, and now you see something different. So every so often, maybe every 3 months or every 6 months, you revisit the business, you revisit what you're putting in, and you say, you know what? I would like to put in more.
Right.
I want to put in more, and so now you work things out so that everyone able to come in an agreement and be able to, and so that you get added into the business. Because you don't want to get into business and you would settle for 5%, or you would settle for brand awareness, and now you feel like, oh, the business doing well, and the other person, man, they're making a lot of money off of that, and now you come in and say, you know what? I think I want to get what you're getting, but you're not putting in what you're putting in.
You should get what you put in.
Exactly, you should get what you put in. Don't look at somebody else because they put in way more. They probably put in way more money. They probably put in way more time, and you want the same thing. Right. And so that's why communication is key. I mean, evaluating communication, and like I said, it's okay to look into the books, look into agreement every so often, so that every party have a chance either to add more into the partnership or keep it the same. Keep it the same. So,
because reality is some, arrangements will be informal. So if, once you see that some of the arrangements that you did informally are not being done, then maybe just put it on paper. Make it formal.
It's always good to put it on paper. Avoid confusion. It's always good to put things on paper. Like you said, even if you don't have a lawyer, it's always good to put on paper and both parties sign.
Right.
Both parties
and
sign.
Even have witnesses.
And even have witnesses, yes. Both parties sign the paperwork. Sign the paperwork so that, that if you got it, you got copies. So that you both agree to things, because like I said, even if you don't go to a lawyer, but at least if you both have a contract that you sign, they gotta abide by that contract, because it is written. It's a written agreement. And so so you could always take that to court, even though you didn't use a lawyer.
Absolutely.
So informal arrangements. Don't be afraid to every now and then revisit the arrangement, the partnership, so that you could determine if you want to add more to the business or add more to the partner, or you want to keep things the same, so that you could, because we want to eliminate partnership. It don't make no sense that people to come together to start something and then break up for something foolish. Because of money. It's a lot of, even like with the podcast, there was a lot of breakups due to money, because maybe, one person make all the money, get all the profit, get all the bills, but when they first came in, they had a certain agreement, and now all of a sudden, because it blew up or it's making them money, now you want a piece of that pie, but you didn't put the same work or the same effort and the same resource that the person, and because sometimes your vision might be small. The other person's vision could be big and could be huge and he could have so much in it, and so he know why he started the business or the podcast or whatever it may be, and you might have a purpose just for one thing, for awareness, but that person got his purpose like to expand and to, so you gotta it's okay to revision things, and because don't break up and lose friendship and things like that for over
foolish
partnership,
things.
for foolish things, So I hope that helps. We're able to elaborate on partnership, the pros, the cons of partnership, because like I said, partnership is good. It does help you to do a lot of different things, like even on your job. Even you working on a job, it helps you to do more things. When you're going into business, sometimes that job helps you to pay the bills while you work your passion, while you work your business on the side. Because like I said, when you're starting a business, a business don't make money right away. So what you're gonna have while you're building your business?
It actually takes money out of your pocket.
Exactly. So you need that job. So you need that job to be able to pay the bills. While you build your business.
Fund your dream.
Let your job fund your dream. So so all this, so it does help. Partners help, and so and like even with your job, don't quit your job. Just start your passion when you ain't make no money yet. Stay at your job, work your job, and do what you gotta do so that it helps pay the bills, and it's that job has a purpose. The purpose is to pay the bills. What's the name of the job? What's the title? Just over broke. But it helps you to pay the bills, fund your dreams while you work your business. So partnerships is good, and like I said, going in with a plan, with a purpose, before going into a partnership is like key. It's key to partnerships. To have a successful partnership, it's key to go on with a plan and with a purpose, so that when things happen, when life happens, when challenges occurs, you won't get distracted. Why? Because you always go back to your plan.
Absolutely.
You go always go back to that agreement. You go always go back to that purpose, and like, okay, this is why I started it. And so that you won't allow money to get in the way, and you won't break up friendship because of money. So
All right, so we've come to the end.
Yes.
And we just like to say this podcast was sponsored by
Next Opportunity Window. Yes, it's a community where we're able to come together, learn, grow, and connect. Coming, learning, growing, connected with other like-minded peoples, where we're able to continue to have the deep discussion like we have on this podcast. We're able to talk more about partnerships, ownership, business, podcast, or whatever it is. We're able to have the deep discussion, even about personal growth, personal development. We're able to continue to have the deep discuss, and you have a community that can hold you accountable. Because like I said, when you're by yourself, a lot of times we don't do it because we can't. It's hard to hold ourselves accountable. But when you have a community, it's easier to be held accountable, so that you're able to achieve that dream. So this was about the community. It's about us coming together, learning, growing, and connected. How do we do that? We do have daily things where we receive motivation on a daily basis. We're engaged within the content. We do monthly webinars so that we're able to learn from the different topics each month that we discussed on. And then we have quarterly masterminds where we're able to learn together and grow and build. And so this is how we do it. And so like I said,
this is how we do it.
This is how we do it. This is how we do it. Yes. This is how we do it. Yes, and we give you a 7-day free trial. But during this Black Friday holiday weekend, we're going to give you a 30-day free trial. I don't know how long it's going to last, but you give you a 30-day free trial so that you could jump in, learn, see what it's about, get engaged, and just get acquainted with it before you start making that investment.
It's saying Black Friday holiday weekend. That was last week. So it doesn't continue.
Continue. I think we're gonna leave it out there because we said 20 people, right?
Yeah.
We said 20 people. So once the 20 people come, we're gonna leave out there.
First come, first serve.
First come, first serve. We're gonna leave out there for this holiday. The limit might be after New Year's. If we get if we don't get the 20 people before New Year's, it might end then. But like I said, so jump in before you make that investment of $9.99. So that in South African rands, it's about 150 rands. So that you can continue your growth journey and begin to learn, network with other like-mindeds. Yeah. So
absolutely. I think we'll stop it right there. But before we get off, we just want to remind you that we'd love to be friends with you on social media.
Yes.
You can follow me on Instagram at @LadiesIsA1 and
yes, get inspired by LJ on Instagram, YouTube, fan base. Yes.
Or you can follow us collectively at
Chilling with the Chaplins. Chilling with the Chaplins.
And
yes.
also we appreciate you subscribing and
yes.
sharing and
following,
leaving comments in the comment section.
Yes, and the audio platform as well. Subscribe, following on the audio platform. So we just thank you for your feedback. It's appreciated. It's much appreciated. And allow us to continue to develop
and grow.
Yes.
And if you have any other topics that you'd like us to cover, do leave them in the comments section, and we'll be happy to cover them. We hope that Dr. Mtembu appreciated this episode because it was done in response to one of her comments.
Yes, we appreciate you and we thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
See you next week.
We'll see you next week. Take care.
Yo, it's your boy LJ Chaplin with Lady Caesar, bringing to you Chilling with the Chaplins, where we deep dive, giving you practical concepts in ministry, business, relationship, and personal development, so we can take control of our life. Let's go and let's get it started.